Thank you so much for joining us at Straight Outta Savannah, talking with Tammi, with my guest, Jabeen Qadri. She is an amazing, remarkable young woman, and I'm so super excited that she has agreed to come on the show. She's going to tell you a little bit about who she is and what it is that she does. Take it away, Jabeen.
Hi everyone, thank you for being here. Um, so I'm Jabeen. I'm based in Pakistan, Asia, Southeast Asia, and I'm an artist and writer, um, and I'm also an intuitive life and creativity coach. Um, so basically, art and writing and music and different forms of creativity, um, even fashion, interior, all of these things have really helped me um, find self love, find my inner power.
So, Jabeen, tell me a little bit about who you are.
Yeah, so I was saying, should I start from the beginning?
Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Jabeen. Um, I am an artist, writer, and an intuitive life and creativity coach. And um, so I help people with a lot of things, but the basis is connecting people to themselves, their soul, their heart, their intuition, their purpose. Um, and I use creativity, different forms of creativity to do that because creativity is something that has really helped me throughout my life. And um, so I use like art, writing, music, fashion, interior, different things um, to help people because it's something that has helped me find my inner power. Um, it has connected me to what I do now, my life purpose, my soul's purpose. Um, it has connected me to who I really am on the inside because art is a very, very strong tool. It can really connect you to your subconscious, to who you really are on the inside. Um, so yeah, that's what I do.
Okay. Let's talk about your latest project. Let's talk about your book.
Okay.
How did you decide to put all of this down in a book? And um, because I know that it's like a passion project for you. So, what made you decide to write this book?
um,
And tell everybody the name of the book.
it's called The Girl Who Slept for 10 Years. Um, that girl is me. um,
Wow.
I think um, so. It has been difficult for me to share my talents, my art, my writing with the world because I really suppressed all of that, and that is, I think, the major causes of the health issues that I went through. So it felt like I had been sleeping, um, like living my life in a way where I wasn't aware, I wasn't alive. I was just like, dragging myself, kind of felt like sleeping. Um, so what happened was, I think it was a few years ago, I think 4 years ago. Before that, I used to have a beauty blog, and it was very easy to write about beauty and fashion and all of that. But certain events happened that
So,
um,
where did the shift come in?
um, I think I was always sensitive. I was always an empath, and it always felt like what what my friends were doing, it seemed meaningless. Like I would ask them questions like they were like, "Oh, I want to be a doctor," and I'd be like, "Why do you want to be a doctor?" So it I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. Like things just seemed so ordinary to me. Felt like I was meant to do something greater. Um, so there was that, and then I had like people pleasing habits that I wasn't aware of, and because of that, I started suppressing myself. So like small. It started with like really small things, and then it really built up. Small things like if a friend, um, um, if I look more, like I look prettier than my friend, and like some girls are so toxic. They'll be like, "Oh, the shirt doesn't look good on you. You don't look good. Don't pose like that. Don't take photos like that." And that just made me feel like, "Oh, I don't look good, and I shouldn't do it." Or maybe my friend is feeling bad, um, so I shouldn't dress up. Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
They really started picking up to the point where I just even stopped talking.
Oh, wow.
I I I wouldn't even talk. I stopped talking to my family, my friends, and
So did you get any type of treatment for that?
yeah. So after that, like I didn't know what was like wrong. I went to doctors sometimes. They said you have anxiety, take antidepressants. So I took them, but it just felt weird, so I stopped taking them.
Yeah.
But then the really big stuff happened. Like I realized that I was in a toxic relationship for more than
Yes.
3 years. Started waking up to things. Um, and this actually happened when I was like I was studying something that I absolutely hated. My bachelor's degree. I was studying risk management.
What were
So I
you
was like, oh
studying?
my, risk management.
Oh, God. Uh-huh.
And then I decided, oh my gosh, I do not want this career path. So that was the I think the first point that I actually spoke up for myself.
Yes.
So just the thought of studying art or fashion, it just brought my power back. Started bringing my power, and that was the beginning of it. And when I went there, I started my diploma in fashion. My power really started coming back,
Yes.
and then I woke up to the horrible relationship. I ended that, and um, with my power, I also noticed a lot of my emotions also started coming back, and I didn't know how to manage my emotions. Um, then my father, he got sicker. He passed away, and
I'm so sorry to hear that.
yeah,
Did that cause another um,
yeah.
challenge
So
for you
yeah,
emotionally?
yeah. So after that, um, um, like even like like I think around 6 or 8 months after that, I came to terms with the fact that there is something seriously wrong with my emotions. Like I snap at people, I get triggered, I get angry for things. Like I get angry about things that are not even mine. I'm fighting for things that are not even mine. And I would have days where I felt really, really sad. I couldn't get up. I actually spent I think the 7 months in my room. I wouldn't even meet my friends. So a lot was happening. So I finally went to the doctor, and I was also experiencing stomach issues.
Yes.
So so I had IBS, and I also had bipolar disorder.
Yes.
So and it gave me so much relief to know that I have these conditions.
Yes.
Because before that, I just felt so invalidated, like thinking like these are things that are only in my mind.
Yes.
So it gave me a sense of validation, and that is when I was like, okay, enough is enough. I need to find happiness. Like I need to crack the code of happiness.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then I started therapy, and then so um, that's when my blog that I had, beauty blog, I just lost interest in that. and I started writing about myself, writing about therapy, and it was difficult, but it was so good because I felt so seen and heard, like and this was a time where I don't know about the world, but where I live, not many people were talking about their illness or their health or their personal life online. Like people were just busy showing like their makeup and how they look and everything.
Yes.
So I remember I would ask my sister, "Do you know any more accounts like mine so I can follow them so I can find some inspiration?" And she's like, "I'm sorry, I don't know anybody." But now
Yes.
it's so good to see that there are so many people who have accounts solely based on chronic illness and everything. Anyway, so when I started writing my Instagram post, that's when I first realized, I don't know what day it was, I realized, oh my gosh, maybe I need to turn this into a book or something. Because people really liked my posts and like I would start getting DMs from people, like, and there came a time I was getting like at least one DM every day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then that's when I first thought about it. And then again in the pandemic, um, um, I started going through challenges again. Um, Even though I'd stopped going to therapy, like I didn't need therapy anymore. I also stopped taking my pills. I didn't need my pills anymore. Um, I told you in the session that we had that I became very toxic positive. So this is something that happened during the pandemic. I
Yes.
was so, and I was also going through a creative block. So in the pandemic, I felt like again I felt like I want to write something that people can just open up random page like an oracle card, and they can find some meaning, they can find some validation for their pain, or
Yes.
they can find some answer or anything.
Yes.
But I was in such a bad creative block then,
Yes.
um,
I
that
think that
I
happened. I think that happened to a lot of us at that time.
hmm,
That was a really
it was
difficult time.
it was a difficult time because it felt like people wanted to do a lot of things, like
Hmm.
they were waking up to the fact that maybe we were meant for something better, but at the same time, there were so many blocks.
Yes.
Um, so it was an interesting time to go through. So I couldn't write the book, and then um, I just felt like I didn't know about synchronicities then. Started noticing everywhere life coach, life coach, life coach. And I was thinking about becoming an art therapist. I still want to do that, but it felt like it would take so much time to study, go back to school, all of that. But then I was like, maybe there's something else, and that's when life coaching started popping up. I started doing courses in like short courses in life purpose, positive psychology, different things. I started reading books. And then I started diving into the world of spirituality somehow. I don't know how. And I just decided to become a life coach. Um, and
Talk talk about how different your life coaching is as opposed to other people's. Because that I mean, your session was so amazing. Um, it really was. I mean, it was different than any other session I've had, and I've had a few sessions because I've done a lot of swaps with a lot of different people, and people want to practice and all that, and we've all done that kind of stuff. And so, but yours was so different. So, talk about the difference in how your sessions go as opposed to maybe some other people's.
yeah, so that's a lot related to my book actually, because my book is one of the ways where I am overcoming a lot of my fears, my internal struggles, waking up to that. So that is an entire
Go ahead.
Um, so that was another struggle that I was facing, and they were like the moment I decided to become a life coach, so many things started happening again, and I thought I was done with my inner work. I was done healing myself, and then
You're
this is
never
what happens
done.
to people
Yes.
when they take their next step in life, and just so much started happening again. Especially when I enrolled in this business coaching program, and oh my gosh, like I started getting sick so much. I had a really bad breakup, which was horrible. I didn't see it coming. And I had to let him go, which is even horrible because, my past people pleasing patterns. Um, and just so much happened. Even after that, with friends, I started waking up to so many things uh, there's the thing with the certificates. Like, why am I getting a certificate for everything when I already know? I already know how to use
That's the
art. Like,
piece. Yes.
so, and then just so,
Yes.
and then just I met someone who's a friend, and meeting him also like really um, woke up a lot of things inside me, like how, because I thought I had done all the work, but apparently I was still I was I was still dimming myself down. I was still trying to fit in, please people, still looking for art galleries that would take me up, still thinking I need, an art gallery or a book publisher or someone to support
Yes.
me, and I cannot do things on my own.
Yes.
Um, so a lot of things happened, and then around March, um, just I just I thought I was falling back into depression.
Mm-hmm.
My empathy really started kicking in. My intuitive abilities really started kicking in, and um, so I was going through a horrible time, and that's when um, I wrote like um, 30, 40 poems in like 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Um, now I understand that they're called like downloads. Um, I made so many sketches in my phone. Like I would just wake up, and I actually thought of my podcast. And my podcast is called Creative Epiphanies. So it was like every morning, like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. I was waking up, and I was remembering so many things.
Yes.
Things were just coming like flooding in, and so I actually spent like March, April, May, June, even July, just in my room, and I would hardly go out. And it was different because before, when I was depressed, I would be in my room, I would be lonely, I would be needing someone to come save me. This time, I was like, I want to face everything that's coming back to me.
Yes.
I want to figure out what all of this is and what all this means.
Yes.
Um, and I made so many sketches in my phone that I still haven't painted. So my book is like, so again with my book, I'm defying a lot of things. Like I decided to self-publish it, even though I found a publisher, and I just didn't feel like it. Or I was like, I wanna self-publish.
Yes.
And
And that's
like
important.
I want power over my book. So my book, um, and then I'm adding my paintings. I have not come across a book that has paintings and poetry like that. So that is how I wrote my book, and then just last month, because I think because of the Lionsgate portal and everything, just really started making a lot of uh, I got a lot of clarity around a lot of things. Like I realized that um, I just wanna focus on my book, really just get it out there. And what am I waiting for? Why am I postponing it? That's when I decided to self-publish, and then um, so yeah, and also there are a lot of other things that came up, like I really love studying, and before that until last year I was thinking about getting a master's in like art curation or something, because I really want to do that, be able to, because this is something that I really struggled with,
Hmm.
like being a self-taught artist. Self-taught artists don't really get a lot of like they have to work hard to be recognized. So
Right.
I really feel like creating a space for um, upcoming self-taught artists, something like that. So I thought, okay, maybe I need to study like art curation or something, which I don't think I need to. I think I'm already a good curator.
I was gonna say, what will that do for you? I mean, that you don't already know.
Exactly. So just during this time, I realized that maybe I need to study psychology, and like what I did with you, because that that is something that's my talent, and maybe I need to bring my talent out there, research on it, make make a model or something, so that other people can also use it, and I can do it without like proper research, proper backing, and all of that. So I've decided to get to pursue psychology, and maybe even become an art therapist. um, so I can really help people with their trauma, because that's what happened with me this year. Like this was all like repressed emotions, things I forgot, things I didn't say to people,
Yes.
things I didn't accept, that the the uh, the moments where I was wronged, where I was misused, and also I did a lot of shadow work. So um, owning the fact that because I had those people pleasing habits, so I am the one who's in charge, and I am the one who um, did all of that. No one asked me to dim myself, to hide myself.
So do you need a degree for validation or why? Because it sounds like you already got that.
No, I actually I love studying psychology.
Okay.
I did a few courses in psychology, and it really
So it's just
uh,
something you want to do.
yeah, because I don't want to study like the regular psychology. So what I'm looking at is like integrative, like a like alternative approaches to
Yes,
talk
yes.
therapy.
Yeah.
That's what I do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
That's what you do.
so just really going deep into that, and because there's like an entire, like there's so many things, even in art there's so
Yes.
many things, and I'm also hoping to see the role that fashion plays into it, because I haven't seen, I'm in a few art therapy groups. I haven't really seen people exploring fashion as a means of like art therapy. So um, I'm really looking forward to researching on that, exploring that. Um, so
That's innovative
yeah,
because
it is.
I've heard of art therapy. I've actually seen it done. But I've never seen anybody marry fashion in that. So that is
Mhm.
so innovative and oh my God, that's awesome. I just cannot wait to see, what you do with that and where you take it. Because, being as young as you are, you're gonna take it the sky, well, not even the sky, there's no limit,
Yeah.
and you can take it wherever you want to, but I can see the passion that you have just talking about it. So I'm just watching your dust and waiting to see where you take things.
Yeah, and just yesterday or a few days ago, I was I was this came up when I was speaking to my sister, and I did like a video on my Instagram, that everyone goes through struggles in life, and everyone has their own like version of struggle, and
Mm-hmm.
so what we do with it is what matters, and that's
Yes.
where the divide happens. Some people, they fall into victim mode, like and I was in victim mode. My therapist made me realize that. Um, uh, like thinking like bad things are happening to us. Why do I do bad things happen to me? I'm so good. Um, so you need to do shadow work. Understand that you are also a part of what's been happening to you. Secondly, like, and then there are other kinds of people that find some kind of meaning, some kind of purpose in the struggles that they've been through, like you and so many people that become coaches, and not even coaches. There's so many artists um, that talk about how they started their Instagram, they started their work because they were going through a hard time. That's also how I started.
Yeah.
Um, and art, sharing, writing, doing the podcast, whatever, it's something that helps them
Yes.
um, find peace. Like there's peace in fixing the things um, where we were wronged, and we giving people the outlet, the opportunities, the healing, the coaching, anything, the art
Yes.
um, that we needed when we were young. Like we needed someone to inspire us, to help, wake us up, help us see like um, the meaning of things, the definition of things. Because like like my book is all focused on finding happiness. So I have such a like a weird concept of happiness. We're all like so deluded. So like we have weird definitions of like love, happiness,
Yes.
all of that. So yeah, it's just like an outcome of doing the inner work, and to see that the definitions that we've been taught are all wrong, and
Yes.
we need to
So
the
much.
only way to find some peace in this world is to fix the definitions that we have.
That is so true. So now I want you to read one of your poems.
Oh, I love to. Okay, I'm gonna read my favorite one. When I posted this, um, like people sent me like DMs saying that like they cried, or it was so powerful. So I really want to read it in hopes to help anyone who is struggling right now. Um, so it's called Pieces of Me. I will not stop until I have recovered the pieces of me from every memory, from every place, from every year, from every relationship, every friendship I gave one to, or maybe two. I am not scattered, I am integrating, a jigsaw puzzle, becoming whole,
Mm.
piece by piece, organ by organ, desire by desire, dream by dream, that I left behind, I gave away, that I hid inside.
That's powerful. That is powerful. I
Yeah.
can see why you got the responses that you got because that is so powerful. That really is. Oh wow.
Thank
I
you.
had to I closed my eyes because I wanted to just hear the words as they went
Oh.
in because it sounds so healing. That sounded so healing. All right. Share with the people where they can connect with you, where they can find you. if they are
Um,
looking to
so you can find me on my Instagram. It's at Jabeen Qadri. I have a Facebook group. It's called Being You. It's all about being yourself. So I do like a lot of creative prompts. I do threads where you get to share your art or your podcast or whatever creative thing that you're working on. And also my podcast, Creative Epiphanies Podcast, where I just share my realizations, the things that I'm continuously waking up to. And I
nice.
think I will continuously keep waking up to as long as I live. Um, uh, yeah, and you can check out my website. It's thewishingwellco.com. And yeah, and you can reach out if you feel like booking a session with me.
And when will your book be available, you think?
Sorry?
When will your book be available, you think?
My book is coming out on October 15th.
All right.
Um, yeah, and I'm gonna start pre-orders like probably next month.
Okay. All right. And share the name of it for them.
It's called the girl who slept for 10 years.
Okay, The Girl Who Slept for 10 Years. You heard it first, right here on Straight Out of Savannah, Jabeen Qadri's book, The Girl Who Slept for 10 Years. And she has shared where you can connect with her. This has been an amazing, amazing interview. She is such an amazing young girl. I had a session with her and I just, really wanted to bring her on here just to share a little bit about who she is because she has an extraordinary testimony. So if you are looking at her and you are wanting to connect, her details will also be in the description of the video or the audio wherever you listen or watch this. So you'll be able to connect with her. And I'm super, super, super excited that she's chosen to come on Straight Out of Savannah talking with Tammi. So we have enjoyed this, and I'm so appreciative that you are watching or listening to this. Make sure that you like it and you share it and you subscribe to where you're watching it at. So again, thank you for joining us, Jabeen Qadri and myself on Straight Out of Savannah, talking with Tammi. Bye now.